have my 50 facts about me tag. I thought this would be a really fun video to make and fun for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. The first like 25 of these were super easy, and then it got really hard to come up with something. I'm gonna like run through these. I probably won't explain them. I might explain a few, but I just feel like this video is gonna be super long if I explain each and every one of them. So, number 1, I'm a natural redhead. Number 2, I have 2 brothers. Number 3, I've been married almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in January. I'm very picky about everything. Food especially, of course, but also everything else. Clothes, shoes, the way I do things, the way other people do things. Yeah, I try not to be, but that's just the way that I am. I've always been that way, and there's just no changing it. So, number 5, I love shopping, which you guys probably know. Number 6, I love to travel. Number 7, I'm obsessed with I Love Lucy. I collect Lucy memorabilia. My kitchen is done on Lucy. I actually don't have all of it out here just because we just don't have room. I live in a vacation town. We have a lot of tourists here. It's pretty crazy in the summer. Normally I'm pretty shy. I've always been a really shy person. That's just me. I love music and going to concerts. Number 11, I love fashion and makeup, as you guys know. Number 12, I hate pickles. Ugh, I've always hated pickles my entire life. Gross, gross, gross. Number 13, I wanted to do YouTube for a really long time before I actually started. Probably a few years, and then finally one day I just did it. I was born and raised in Iowa. I hate doing my hair. I'll be 30 on September 10th. I'm addicted to Diet Mountain Dew. I know. It used to be regular, then we switched to diet, and now I know it's pretty much just as bad for you, but whatever. I did go to beauty school. Number 19, I love the news, and I miss Iowa's news channels just because, you know, I grew up with those people, like the meteorologists and all those people, and I miss those people a lot. So I love editing my videos. I think it's a lot of fun. It does take some time, but like I said, it's a lot of fun for me. I love AMC shows like The Walking Dead, Mad Men, Breaking Bad. All 3 are so good, and I would highly recommend all of them. Dazed and Confused and Pulp Fiction are my 2 favorite movies. I have a dog named Django, which is after Django Unchained, which is a Quentin Tarantino movie. And we are huge Quentin Tarantino fans, my husband and I. Every Sunday we make Sunday dinner. Me and my husband, we just make like a big meal, usually like a casserole or something that lasts like a few days, but it's just something that we like to do together and we've done for a very long time. In 2014, I lost my great-grandma, my grandpa, and my dad. And my grandpa was my dad's dad, who actually died 22 days before my dad. So I miss them a lot. My husband proposed on Cinco de Mayo, unknowingly, and he proposed at a lake. I take the day that my dad died off every year at work and watch home videos, which it's only been 3 years, but it's just something I like to do, and you know, I'm glad that I have those memories. Kat Von D and Stila liquid lipsticks are my favorites. I partied a lot in high school. Probably shouldn't have. I probably could have made a lot better grades, but I was always out doing something. I've had the same best friend since I was 8 years old. Hi Amy, if you're watching. I can wiggle my nostrils and my ears. I don't know if you can see my ears wiggling, but they are. Metallica, The Cure, and Alice Cooper have been my favorite concerts that I've been to so far. That's weird, I have love editing on here twice. I'm addicted to Carmex, and I have been since I was in high school. It's hard for me sometimes to wear like liquid lipsticks because I have to go all day without putting Carmex on, but I always have my Carmex with me, by my side. If I don't have it, I freak out. So, I've worn makeup since I was in 6th grade. Obviously, it was not very good back then. It was just like eyeshadow. Yellow starbursts are my favorite. I actually don't really even like any others other than yellow. I will eat the pink, but it's not my favorite. Yellow is definitely my favorite, and I know that's weird. My husband and I love watching MasterChef. We kind of get ideas from there a lot, and really, if it wasn't for MasterChef, we would never have even tried gnocchi or risotto and things like that, and we both really like those, so we always watch that. Before we moved, for 4 or 5 years before we moved, we had a pet snapping turtle named Franklin, and because we were moving to a new state, and we didn't think we'd have room for him in our apartment, so my brother-in-law and his girlfriend have our turtle Franklin, and they take care of him and send us pictures and videos and stuff, so that's nice. We had him since he was about this big, about a $half size, and now he's probably like this big, and they get huge. I'm allergic to cats. My childhood crush was Devon Sawa, which, if you don't know who that is, if you watch the movie Casper with Christina Ricci, he plays Casper, and at the end of the movie, he comes alive. Spoiler alert. Not necessarily alive, but you see him at the end of the video. Purple and green are my favorite colors. I love to decorate and organize. I've never had a sloppy joe, but that's what we're having for dinner tonight, so that should be interesting. I love Nag Champa incense. Those are my favorite. That's what my dad always used growing up, so it kind of reminds me of him, just the smell, and I love the smell anyway. It just, it always reminds me of walking into my dad's house. It always smelled like Nag Champa incense. I worry about everything. It runs in my family. My grandma worries about everything. I worry about everything, and that's just the way I am. Sometimes I just don't want to know things just so I won't worry about it. We did not have any flowers at our wedding. We had a January wedding, so I actually made my bouquet, which was a brooch bouquet, and then I made all the bridesmaids bouquets out of like these, like when you go to like Hobby Lobby around Christmas time, they have all those like stick things, like the sparkly things and stuff. So I made all of that stuff. Our wedding was very personalized to us, which I loved. I wouldn't have changed a thing. I love antiques and antique shopping, and I also love thrift shopping. I grew up around antiques. My aunt and uncle are antique people, and my dad used to refinish antiques for them out in his garage, so that was a very, very big part of my life when I was a kid. My dad would be, all weekend he'd be in the garage refinishing antiques. Anytime I smell like paint thinner or like stain or anything like that, it always reminds me of that, and I love it. I love the smell of that stuff. I know it's kind of crazy, and I probably shouldn't sniff it when I do smell it, but yeah, it takes me back. So, and then number 50, of course I couldn't really come up with anything, so I grew up in Ottumwa, Iowa, and Tom Arnold is from there, so if you know who that is, he was in Roseanne, and well, actually he was married to Roseanne. They actually filmed a video in my hometown, which I've never seen, by the way, but yeah. So anyway, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel like you got to know me a little bit better, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye!